Lagos is outside, and these days it's not about popping bottles in clubs anymore. It's about rave. Back in the early 2010s, Lagos nightlife revolved around culture. People dressed up, rolled out in convoys, and settled into the predictable rhythm of DJ sets and bottle service. But now, that vibe is shifting. Every weekend in Lagos, you're likely to find a rave happening somewhere, from rooftops to warehouses, from abandoned spaces to street corners turned into makeshift arenas. These raves are less about VIP tables and more about vibes, energy, and inclusivity. Think streetwear fashion, open spaces, underground DJs, and the sense that literally anybody can pull up. Why are raves winning? For some, it's the raw energy. You don't just watch the night, you live in it. For others, it's the community feel, a chance to mingle beyond cliques and bottle divides. And of course, social media is fueling the hype. Lagosians love an aesthetic crowd shot, but not everyone is sold. Some still argue that nothing beats the structure and security of traditional nightlife. With clubs, you know what you're getting. With raves, it can be unpredictable. Sometimes in a good way, sometimes not so much. What do you think about this new wave of rave culture in Lagos?
So what do I think about the new wave of rave culture in Lagos? I feel like it is what is supposed to stay. I'm going to start from the fact that nightlife has always changed when it comes to Lagos. We've had the time when it was comedy that was popping, and then there was another time it was like clubbing that was popping, and then for a minute another time it was like concerts that were headed by superstars that was popping. But right now, with our superstars being very unbookable because of their prices, we now have like raves popping where the DJ is more of the star of the show. So now almost everybody can have a party. It could be a party of 30 people, 50 people, and they're going to have the absolute best time without breaking the bank. So pop.
What do I think about the new wave of rave culture in Lagos? Personally, I think it's nice, because we have a lot more people that come into Lagos to experience that. We have a lot more people that stay abroad, white people that come to Lagos to experience the rave culture. Personally, it's not really my thing because I don't see myself standing, hours on end, nowhere to sit, no VIP section or anything, and doing for a long time. I don't see myself doing that though. But I think it's good in terms of marketing for Nigeria, for music industry. But it's really not my thing, no.
Which do you prefer, the old school club culture or the emerging rave culture?
Which do I prefer, the old school club culture or the emerging club culture? I would say the new school because, old school days, you see that if you can't afford like a bottle or you can't afford a table, then you should not be there. But then the new school now, anybody can go. You don't even necessarily have to have money. You don't necessarily have to be able to pop bottles or anything, but you can still go, still network, still meet people that have money, and you guys can still chill. But that is why I do prefer the emerging club culture. But that's the only reason why, to be honest. So yeah.
Nobody wants to spend money in this era. There is no money in the bank. So yeah, obviously the rave culture, though I'm gonna say I love to go to the club, with the ballers, with heels and just twerking a little bit. But rave makes you just express yourself in ways that you can't be expressed in the club. So I think I prefer the raves. What's in a white club?
Do you think raves are here to stay or just another trend that will fade?
Do I think raves are here to stay or is another trend that would? I think it's here to stay for the time being, right? In the sense of that, as I said, culturally, entertainment, nightlife keeps shifting in Nigeria. So for now, what is popping is the rave culture. It could go 10 years, it could go 15 years before there is another thing that will start popping. But for now, it is very much here to stay. You better brace up.
Do I think the raves are here to stay? Well, I would say that it's growing very fast, but when it comes to entertainment, you really cannot say you can't really pinpoint and say this is going to stay for this amount of time. But I would say that yes, it is growing fast, but in the next 10 years, would we still be raving? I don't know. In the next 5 years, I don't know. But at least I know like the next year, 2 years, they'll still be raves. So I can't really say it's here to stay for a long amount of time, but it's here to stay for now. So.